Greetings everyone, my name is Patty Janes and welcome to HTM 452, Marketing in Hospitality and Tourism. I am thrilled to have you with us this semester and look forward to exploring the phenomenal concept and practice of marketing and how in hospitality and tourism we can continue to learn and develop our practices. So to get us started today, I want to do a few things in this welcome video, and first is to start with reviewing the course. What I'd like to do is share with you our Blackboard site and talk a little bit about how the course is set up. I know you'll be able to read and study and learn how that is with the materials I've provided, but I also thought I would share a little of that on video to get us going in the right path this semester. The third thing I want to do is formally introduce myself to you and also ask you to do the same. And what we'll do is we're going to get started with our first assignments and how we're going to proceed through the class. So again, welcome. So glad to have you with us. And let's go ahead and let's start by looking at our Blackboard site. Our site, you'll notice, I hope, looks just like this screen here, with some small exceptions because I have access to other material. But everything is marketing, and in our first chapter of our textbook, I hope you have a better appreciation for the power of marketing and the importance of marketing in hospitality and tourism organizations. Certainly by the end of our first week, I hope you really feel the value of what we're studying this semester. If you notice on our Blackboard site, along the left-hand column, you won't see as many of the items I have because I'll be turning on these items for you week by week. But what you should see at this point is certainly our announcement page, what we're on. You should see course information, both the syllabus and class schedule is listed there. As we move down, the first week that you will really focus on this week is May 4th, Introduction Week. And under this section, you'll notice several pieces of information. And the format of the course through every week will be set up similarly in that I'll have kind of an overview of what we'll be studying for the rest of that week and all the things that'll be due that week. Now this week one, I won't deny, is full of many activities to really get us started because we have the opportunity to introduce ourselves to each other, and because I need to learn more about your past practices. I have several things that get us into that activity. So know that this is a heavier week in terms of things you need to get done, but we are going to have a very full semester. And we have a lot to do in a typically shorter time frame than you would in a 14 or 15-week semester. So under Let's Get Started here, you'll see I'm asking you this week to review the syllabus and the schedule. I'm asking you then to take a quick 5-question true and false quiz to make sure you've read that, and you'll earn points for doing so. Secondly, I want you to watch my welcome video, and obviously you're already doing that. So I say it's short, and maybe it's not so short, but we're in scheme of that already. Next, I'm going to have you do a marketing experience survey. Again, just several questions that give me an idea of the type of experience you've already had. And also, you're answering a short answer question about how you'd handle a situation, and I'm going to use that question again in our final exam. So please don't watch any of the videos or read ahead. This is not a graded activity at all, except if you complete it. If you complete it, you get the points. If you don't complete it, you don't get the points. So please know it's not graded, but it is really important just to answer as you know today. Number 4 on this item is interview an HTM organization. And this week, I want you to reach out to your network of professionals in HTM and or maybe a site you'd like to know better. And it's a simple 5 to 10 minute interview of someone who is able to share their marketing practices with you. Below you'll find a link to an assignment, and you'll have the several questions that I'd like you to ask of the site. And then you'll be provided a survey link that you'll respond to those answers in our link. And that will allow us to summarize all of the answers as a group, and I'll share those back with our group versus you just seeing what the one organization has said in response. So again, further down, that'll be better explained, but that gives you an idea. This is a really important activity for me. Chapter 1 in our book paints a picture about how our industry views marketing, and this is our touch-in test to see if that still holds true. Marketing has become incredibly important in hospitality and tour organizations in the past 10 years. In particular, it is the hottest operational topic, and I say operational because it's an operations issue in an organization. Chapter 1 will paint that picture for you, but we want to see if that's still holding true. Now, do know I study this every semester, and I have my students complete an exercise just like this to see if indeed what Chapter 1 talks about is indeed what's happening. And to date, we have found that Chapter 1, unfortunately, hasn't moved much. It hasn't changed. So again, this exercise for me is really important that you see what's going on in the industry, and we compare that to what Chapter 1 is talking about. Then I want you to read Chapter 1. And when you read Chapter 1, you'll take a quiz as well related to Chapter 1. And you'll really learn in that first chapter more about, again, as I said, how HTM organizations view marketing, the history of marketing in our industry, and why we are unique to this whole marketing movement. I feel very fortunate that we market hospitality and tourism experiences because they're dynamic and fascinating and important and valuable to people's lives. So what we do is incredibly different than marketing other kinds of activities, and I hope you see that certainly in these first few chapters before we get started in writing marketing plans. And then finally, because we will write a marketing plan for a real organization this semester, I want you to start thinking about what kind of organization you'd like to write that for. We consider this a service learning or community engaged course in terms of we're going to write a marketing plan for an HTM organization, so we want to write it for a real one. This isn't a theoretical only course. You're going to learn theory through all of our other activities, but we're going to tie in reality all the time, because as a 400 level class, if we don't make that connection and transition to the industry, I will have failed you, to be perfectly honest. You won't have a case study experience when you walk into industry. You will all be faced with very unique and challenging environments, and we want to bridge that and help you learn and see the things you might face in terms of applying valuable, important tasks in industry, but it may not be where our industry is at. So you'll see this in Chapter 1 in these activities. This is an exciting start to the semester, I hope you'll feel. And as we learn this topic, all of these activities, as you can note down the Blackboard site, the resources for you are listed. So the schedule and syllabus are here for you to review. The quizzes right after. The introduction we're going through now is here. And also resources for you, the marketing survey, the marketing interview assignment. And then I haven't opened Chapter 1, the marketing PowerPoint introduction and the video or the quiz, because I want you to start with those other activities first. Now, if by Wednesday you haven't finished these activities, the first few, then please just don't watch the Chapter 1 video until you've done those activities. So, on our Blackboard shell, you'll see lots of activities this week. Please let me know if you have questions. It's always that first week that people all have challenges in making sure you kind of get into the flow, because it'll be a similar format week after week. You'll notice then on the schedule you'll notice a week-by-week guideline to the assignments you'll have to do, as well as the reading, etc. Please note that you'll have 1 to 2, in one case 3 chapters in 1 week, and then you'll have quizzes related to those chapters. You'll have small, midterm, final, short answer questions, and you'll have activities and assignments that get you through writing a marketing plan by the time you're done this semester, as well as activities that will relate to learning about the content that we're working on. So this is our guideline for the semester, and I hope provides you with an idea of what you'll need to be doing each week as it relates. And the syllabus is also linked in our Blackboard site, and it further identifies our course goals and objectives, what kind of assignments we have, the grading scale, as you'll note, and then certainly our class guidelines. Certainly because it's an online class, there are some unique elements that I want to make sure I mention. One, we're in a 12-week format, which is a little different than, again, a larger semester, so things are more compressed. Secondly, I want you to have access to, obviously all the online tools you need in the course of this semester. I also realize it's summer, so if you have things that you're planning this summer and you'll be out of the area for a week, please let me know that. I do ask that in my survey at the beginning of this week. So just let me know in that survey about your schedule this summer. The weekly format is going to run from 8 a.m. on Monday until 7:59 the next Monday. So you have those 7 days to complete the week's activities, and any materials are due by 7:59 a.m. of the next Monday, and at 8 a.m. the next week starts. So with that schedule, I know things come up, and I know we have a lot of activities there. So do know on the attendance guidelines and late assignment guidelines, if you turn in materials the second week, the later week, there will be a reduction of 25% to start the grading for those assignments. However, by the third week, you no longer need to turn those assignments in because I won't collect them at that point. I certainly understand being a week delayed, but in this kind of class, the longer delayed you are, the incredibly more difficult it will be to keep up and stay with pace. So please let me know if you're challenged with completing any of the activities this semester. I want it to be a great experience for you, and I want you to learn. I want you to have fun, but I want you to think about marketing differently as a result, and I want you to learn more and more about the importance of this topic in successful HTM organizations. Please, again, accommodating disabilities. If anyone needs services, please let me know. Our library resources are listed here. Our Blackboard resources are here. Guidelines for how to discussion board post are listed here, and issues related to the course. So please review the syllabus and both the syllabus and the schedule for our semester together, and then certainly look at the Blackboard site, walk through in particular this first week, make sure you're comfortable with where we're going and how we're going about what we're doing. So that's our first overview of our course. Glad to have you here, and click on the next video and you'll learn a little bit more about me and the next assignment you have to complete.